Welcome back, dear students. So I hope you have understood the first exercise of chapter 4. So with that basics we are going to move on to the next exercise. Okay, so in next exercise we are going to plot the same solutions in a number line. Okay, so as usual we should be knowing about these set notations and the number line. Okay, now here you need to understand these 2 points. Okay, so how to draw a number line, that is said by point number 1, and second part is very important. Now it says use dark dots for each element of natural number, whole number and integers. Okay, so only for these three we have to make use of dark dots. So what is the meaning of this? We'll see through some example. Okay, so the first question says represent the following inequalities on a real line. Okay, so let me take only few problems from here so that the rest you will try by yourself for better understanding. Okay, so let me take the first problem. Now we know how to solve this, right? So direct solution is written out here. Okay, so 2x minus 1 is there, this one is taken here, so 5 plus 1 becomes 6, so 2x is less than 6, and this 2 goes down, so 6 by 2 is 3, so x is less than 3. So this is the solution of this one. Now here it is said that this x is what? It is a real number. Okay, so this is my line, and it is said that x is less than 3 here. Okay, so that means x is not equals to 3. So if it is not equals to 3, then let us go to 3 where it is. So 3 is here, right? So if the x is not equals to 3, then we have to put a hollow circle here. So this means, this hollow circle means x cannot be equals to 3. Okay, and it is saying that this x is any number which is less than 3. So when we go this side, the value becomes greater, and when we go that side, it becomes less than. Okay, so that's why my solution will be like this. Okay, so you have to put a bold line this way. So pause the video to note down. Okay, now let us see our next sum, that is number 2. Okay, so the solution is given in this way. So x is greater than or equal to minus 2. That means the value of x can be minus 2 also, because there is a equal to sign. Okay, so if it can be equals to minus 2, then we have to go to minus 2, and since it is equal to minus 2, there you have to put a dark circle this way. Okay, so this means minus 2 is also my answer. Okay, now since x is greater than minus 2, so greater means we have to go this way, right? So we'll put a bold line this way. So this is my solution for this particular question. Pause the video to note down. Okay, now let us see the sixth question. Okay, now let us try to understand what is the meaning of question. So it is saying 8 is greater than or equal to x, or in other way x is less than or equal to 8, right? And it is saying x is greater than 3. Now there are two numbers here, one is 8 and one is 3. Okay, so the solution of this number line will be somewhat like this. How? Let us try to understand. So minus 3 is here. Okay, now x is not equals to minus 3. Here we don't have equal to, so that's why we have to put a hollow circle. Okay, now x is equal to 8, so that's why in 8 I put a dark circle. Okay, so in 8 I put a dark circle. Now x is greater than minus 3, so greater than minus 3 means this side. Okay, and x is less than or equal to 8, so less than or equal to means this way. So in between these two I have to put a bold line. Okay, so this is the solution on number line for this particular inequality. So pause the video to note down. Okay, let us go to the next, that is last question, seventh question. It is saying that minus 5 is less than x, and this x is less than or equals to minus 1. So let us go back to our number line. So it is said that minus 5 is less than x. So if you see here, we don't have equal to sign. So when we don't have equal to sign, then we have to go for a hollow circle. So in minus 5 is here, so I'm going to put hollow circle. And okay, so here in minus 1 there is equal to sign, so that's why we have to put a dark circle. So there's a dark circle in minus 1, and there's going to be a hollow circle in minus 5 because x is not equals to minus 5. Okay, now it is said that x is less than minus 1. So less than minus 1 means we have to go this way, and if we read opposite side, x is greater than minus 5. So greater than minus 5 means we have to come this way. So we have to put a bold line in between these two. So this is my solution for this particular question. Pause the video to note down. Okay, so let us have a look at this particular question. Okay, let me take first question. So this is the given inequality, and whenever there are two inequalities, we know that we will separate them. Okay, so we will separate them to get this one, right? So minus 4 is less than or equal to 3x minus 1. Okay, and this 3x minus 1 is less than 8. So let us solve this. So if I take this over there, so this becomes plus 1. So minus 4 plus 1 is minus 3. So minus 3 is less than or equals to 3x. Now if I take this 3 down, so we have minus 3 by 3, which is minus 1 is less than or equal to x. Similarly, when I do the same here, I have x is less than 3. So let us try to understand what is the meaning of this. So x is less than or equal to minus 1. So equal to sign is there at minus 1. So at minus 1 there has to be a dark circle. Okay, and here x is less than 3. So let us go to 3, and since there is no equal to sign, there has to be a hollow circle. Okay, now as I said, there has to be dark circle in the minus 1 because there is equal to here, and there has to be hollow circle here. So there's a hollow circle, and x is less than minus 3. So less than minus 3 means, sorry, x is less than 3. So less than 3 means we have to go this way. Okay, and if I read it opposite way, so it is x is greater than or equal to minus 1. So greater than means this way. So my bold line will start from here and end here. So this is the solution of this particular inequality. So pause the video to note down and try the next sum. Okay, let us have a look at next question. So next question is like this. Now be very careful here, because he says x is a natural number. Okay, now let us graph the solution of this on this number line. So we know how to solve this again. So solving part you just check out by yourself, and from the first one, from this part, I'm getting that x is greater than or equal to 3.75. okay, so 3.75 means, so it will be somewhere over here in between 3 and 4. So 3.75 will be somewhere over here. Okay, and x is greater than minus 2. So minus 2. Okay, now be very careful. As I said, x is a natural number. Okay, so let us mark these 2 points for now. So minus 2 is here, 3.75 is here. So we are going to see the numbers which are in between this and this. Okay, so we have to see the natural numbers in between this and this, because x is a natural number. Okay, so this cannot be a natural number, and here we don't have equal to also, so we cannot take this. Now we cannot take this as well, because minus 1 is also not a natural number, right? So 0, can we take 0? Obviously no, because natural number does not contain 0. So can we take 1? Yes, definitely, because 1 is a natural number, 2 is a natural number, so we can take this. 3 is a natural number, we can take this. 4 is also a natural number, but we cannot take 4 because our x is less than 3.75 if I read it opposite way. So 3.75 is here, so the x is less than 3.75, so we cannot put 4 as our answer. So that's why my solution set will be 1, 2 and 3, 1, 2 and 3. Okay, so if I plot them here, so 1 is here, so that's why 1 is here, similarly 2 and similarly 3. So this is the solution for our this particular question. Make sure that we don't put a bold line. Now suppose if I put a bold line, what is the meaning of that? The meaning of that is all these points are also included, but somewhere here we have 1.5, right? So if I put a bold line, so this 1.5 is also included, but we don't have 1.5 here in our solution set. So that's why only the numbers has to be marked in the number line. So pause the video to note down. Okay, let us have a look at this question. As usual, I'm going to do only one sum, so other one you will try by yourself. Okay, so let me take the first one. So this is the question, and there's a or written here. Okay, so there is or written here, and make sure that your value for x is a real number. Okay, let us solve them. So when we solve this, obviously we'll have x is greater than 7, right? Okay, now when you solve this, make sure, see here you have minus negative sign, so you have to get rid of negative sign. So to do that, you have to multiply both side by minus. So when you multiply both side by minus, this sign will also change. Okay, and after that you will get x is less than or equal to 5. Now x is greater than 7. Okay, so the graph for the solution set of this is given by this one. See here, now x is greater than 7, so 7 is here, but we don't have equal to, so that's why there will be a hollow circle here. Okay, and x is greater than 7, so greater than 7 means we will go this way. Okay, now similarly there's equal to sign in 5, so we'll put a dark circle here, and x is less than 5, so less than 5 means we'll go this way. So dark circle, hollow circle. Okay, as I said, we have to go this way, right? And we have to go this way out here. Okay, so this is the solutions of this particular question. Pause the video to note down. Now this is going to be a little challenging question, because this question is entirely based on your sets chapter, which you have done in class 8. Okay, now this sign means intersection means you have to take common elements minus, this means p minus q means elements of p which are not in q. Okay, and p intersection q dash, this q dash means complement of q. So what is the meaning of this? We'll understand through the solution of this problem. Okay, so this is given. Okay, so this is given, and let me solve this. So when I solve this, I'll get x is greater than 1. Okay, now it is said that p is the solution set of this. Okay, so that means if this is my number line, the solution of this can be plotted in this way. Now x is greater than 1, so we have to go to 1, right? But since there is no equal to sign, so that's why there will be a hollow circle. Now x is greater than 1 means we have to go this way, so that's why this way I'll get my solution. Okay, and this solution set is represented as p. That's what the question is saying. Now let us try the same with the next part, that is this inequality. So this inequality can be solved in this way. Okay, so when I solve, I'll get x is greater than or equal to 5. Now let us put the solution of this particular inequality in a numbered line in the same way. So this is my numbered line, and it is said that it is equal to 5. So in this 5 we have to put a dark circle. So there's a dark circle in 5, and x is greater than 5. So greater than 5 means we have to go this way, and the solution set of this is represented as Q. So this way I have put a bold line, and this is my Q. Okay, so please make sure that you understand what is P and Q, because these two are very important for me, because using these two only I'll be able to find all these three. Now let us see the diagram carefully. See, I have drawn a line out here. Similarly, okay, so as I said, P intersection Q is what? It is the common element. Now if I go this way, there are some elements out here. Okay, from P I get some elements here, but from Q I won't get any element this way, because this is not a bold line. Okay, so the common elements in between P and Q lies only this way, right? Okay, so only this way the common elements are lying, and that's why all the elements which comes this way is my P intersection Q. Okay, so this is my P intersection Q. So that's why this P intersection Q can be plotted in this way. Okay, so make sure, see here, 5 is also included, 5 is also there, right? So 5 is also common, so 5 onwards everything is common. So that's why from 5 onwards I put a bold mark here. So P intersection Q is this graph. So pause the video to note down. Okay, now let us see the second part. Now again we have the solution sets P and Q represented in this way. Now P minus Q. So the definition of P minus Q is elements of P which are not in Q. So elements of P which are not in Q. So again I'm drawing a line like this. Now from here onwards everything is common in between them, right? So only these elements of P are not in Q, right? Q is this way, so P, only this many elements of P does not lie in Q. So that's why my P minus Q will be only this much. Okay, and see, 5 is lying here because there's a dark circle in 5. Okay, so we have to exclude 5 from here. Okay, because 5 is already present here, so that's why I need to exclude 5 from here. Okay, so that's why my solution for this, that is P minus Q, can be represented in this way. See, this is already there. Okay, and I have to exclude 5 as I said here, so that's why I have removed 5 from here. So in between 1 and 5, okay, whatever elements are coming, so that will be my answer. So this is my P intersection P minus Q. So pause the video to note down. Okay, let us see the last part. So to see the last part, first we have to understand what is the meaning of this Q dash. Q dash means Q complement. Now we know that this is my Q, right? Okay, so apart from this shaded part, whatever is left, that is my Q complement. Please remember. So apart from the bold part, whatever is left, that is my Q dash. So this is my Q dash. Okay, so see here, in this new bold line, 5 is not included. Please remember that. Okay, because 5 is included in Q, so in Q dash 5 will not be included. Okay, now we have to take common elements in between Q dash, that means this one, and P, because intersection is common elements. So let me draw this line, let me draw one more line. Okay, so we see that this and this part are common in between these two. Okay, so that's why the common elements will be only these many part. So this is my P intersection Q dash. Okay, so if you see here, as I said, 5 is not included here. Okay, so that's why there's a hollow circle, and similarly there's a hollow circle here, so that's why hollow circle is there. So in between these two, whatever comes, that will be my answer. So this is my P intersection Q dash. Pause the video to note down. Okay, let us take the next question, and we are quite familiar with such kind of question. Okay, so we already know how to solve this kind of problem. So there are two inequalities, so let us solve them. Okay, so we can actually work together as well. Okay, so here if we work together, or if you are not comfortable with this, you can try the same way. Okay, so if you try the same way, you'll see that x is greater than -4. Okay, so -4 is less than or equal to x, or other way, x is greater than or equal to -4 and x is less than 7. Now there are three conditions given. So when x is a whole number, when x is an integer, and when x is a real number. Okay, so we'll take one case at a time. Now if x belongs to w, okay, so w means whole number. Now whole number means 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, it goes on and on and on, right? So the starting number of whole number is 0. So x is lying in between -4 and 7. Okay, so we cannot take -4. Okay, so although there is equal to sign, we cannot take -4 because -4 is not a whole number. So from -4, the next number is -3. Again, it cannot be taken. -2 cannot be taken. -1 cannot be taken. Next is 0, but 0 can be taken, right? So 0 can be taken. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 can be taken, and 7 cannot be taken because there is no equal to sign here. So that's why my solution will be from 0 to 6. So that's why the range of values for x, that means solution for x is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this is the solution set for the first case. Now if I want to put this solution set on a number line, then we have somewhat like this. Okay, so 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6 are marked here. Okay, so as usual we cannot put a bold line here, because putting bold line means, suppose here if I put a bold line, then 1.5 is also included in the set, but we don't have 1.5 here. Okay, so that's why whatever elements are written, so only those has to be marked. Okay, now let us go to the next case, that is when x is an integer. Okay, so if I take x to be an integer, so integer means 0 plus -1 plus -2 plus -3 and it continues, right? So it is said x is equals to -4. Now -4 is also an integer, so that's why we need to mark -4 also. Okay, so -3 can be marked, -2 can be marked, -1 can be marked, similar 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 can be marked, but as usual 7 cannot be marked because there is no equal to sign. So that's why my solution will be like this. Now let us go to the next one, that is third. So it is said that if x belongs to R means a real line. Okay, so all the numbers, okay, so if you put decimal numbers, they are also real numbers. So that's why now we have to put a bold mark. Okay, so if you remember in the beginning, it was said that you are allowed to put dark circles only for natural numbers, whole numbers and integers. Okay, so whenever it is a case of real numbers, then we have to put a bold line. Now suppose if this is my number line, we have to put a dark circle in -4 because there is a equal to sign. So we'll put a dark circle, and in 7 we don't have equal to, so in 7 we'll put a hollow circle, and in the midway we'll put a bold line. So this will be my solution. So pause the video to note down. Okay, so we'll go to the last question, and before we do the last question, see, this is a word problem, so before we do the last problem we need to understand this. Okay, so at most means maximum. Now maximum means less than or equal to. Okay, and at least means minimum. Okay, so minimum is represented as this way, so you need to make note of these two. Okay, now let us see what is the question saying. So it is saying find the three consecutive largest positive integer. So they are talking about integers. So integers means 0, plus minus 1, plus minus 2. So that's how we have to see. Now they are talking about 3 consecutive numbers. Now what is the meaning of consecutive numbers? Consecutive numbers means the immediate next number. For example, the consecutive number of 1 is 2. The consecutive number of 2 is 3. Okay, so consecutive numbers differ by 1. Okay, and it is said that such that the sum of 1/3 of the first, 1/4 of the second, and 1/5 of the third, so they are talking about their sum, okay, is at most 20. So at most means this sign, right? Okay, now let us assume the 3 consecutive numbers to be x. Okay, so if one number is x, another number is going to be x plus 1, because it's going to differ only by 1. So similarly another number is going to be x plus 2. Okay, so these are 3 numbers. Now according to the question, it is said that 1/3 of the first, so the first one is this one, so 1/3 of first is given by this one. Okay, and they are talking about the sum, so that's why I need to add. So 1/4 of the second, so second is this one, so 1/4 of the second, so sum means addition, right? Okay, and 1/5 of the third, so 1/5 of the third is at most means this much, right? This one, so at most 20. So this is the given inequality. Now we know how to solve them, right? So find the LCM, just solve it, and you will get that 47x is less than or equal to 1161. Now in the next step, what we do, we'll take this 47 to the denominator, right? So if I divide 1161 by 47, then I am going to get somewhat like 24.702. So you just check it by yourself. Okay, now we see that x is less than or equal to 24.702. Now what is this? X is an integer, right? Yes. So what is the integer which is less than 24.702? So suppose this is my number line, then suppose my 24 lies over here, then 24.7 lies somewhere over here, right? So less than this, the immediate next integer is going to be 24, right? So that's why the largest value of positive integer x is 24. Okay, so that's why the required integers are 24, and the next consecutive integer is 25, and consecutive is 26. Okay, so pause the video to note down. I hope you have understood whatever is being taught. If you have not understood, please rewind the video and have a look at the sums again. Okay, now rest of the problems from this exercise you will try and submit it to me as soon as possible. Okay, now if you have any queries, then you can mail me, and with this we close this chapter. Thank you very much.